Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 57 of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses. And then, as I understand it, there are still some areas of the Northeast in America that are still not clear of snow and ice. Mother Nature refuses to let go of Old Man Winter. So, we're going to send these bosses to those areas. And we're going to give them an equal area of snow and ice to clear off. And whoever clears off their snow and ice the fastest will be the winner. We are trying to set up a contest and doing community service at the same time. So that's good public relations for my company. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And it'll make a lot of people happy. So that's the kind of thing we're looking to do around here. At least as much as humanly possible. So, all right, the battlefield has been cleared. It can house any and all SoulsBorne bosses. Excuse me. So we are going to see what kind of fight we are going to end up with here today. So let us have a look. As the wheel continues spinning here. Let's see what we're going to land on. Seath the Scaleless from Dark Souls 1. Whew. We have landed on Seath before, of course. Seath is tough. Seath has his own level of toughness. I think he's a bit of a gimmick boss. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 in quite a while. I'm actually saving it for the No Estus run that I'm going to be doing at some point. I don't know when. Seath is certainly still talked about, though, and still revered, I think. So it's always interesting to land on Seath in SoulsBorne Battle to Death. So not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. I'm not gonna fart on it or anything. It's not bad to have Seath around. Although this kind of works in the opposite direction. Does he blow fire? Is he a dragon that blows fire? If he is, maybe he'll work out with this snow and ice clearing project I have going on. Okay, let us take this wheel for another spin. We are going to take this wheel for a spin, and we are going to see who the opponent is going to be for Seath the Scaleless in this snow and ice clearing community service competition that we have going on. Trying to do good things around here. That's all I really got to say about that. Trying to do good things and help the world. Prowling Mages and Congregation. From Dark Souls 2, I believe that is. I may be farting at this one. Ooh, boy. I did it again. I'm going to get a fucking call from the lawyers. I'm giving away the outcome, or what I believe, before I get to the verdict section. I'm very, very sorry. All right, I'm going to cut this off right here. We're going to go to the contractually obligated bios. Let's have a look at Seath the Scaleless. Seath the Scaleless is a descendant of the primordial dragons that inhabited the world before the first flame came into being. However, he does not possess the rock scales that make his peers immortal, for whatever reason. Instead, his deformed body is infused with the power of moonlight, infused with the power of moonlight, which he managed to study and make weapons out of and such. In the meantime, the four lords that are in possession of the immense Lord Souls have built their civilizations on the underground, and then one day they just decide to pop out of the ground and be like, oh, this world is ours now, which is dick move, I think. So the four lords wage war against the dragons. Seath decides to betray his kind and help Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, win the war. And Gwyn's victory was largely due to Seath's contributions. Seath was amply awarded for helping Gwyn win the war. He became a sworn friend to the Lord of Sunlight. He was also gifted one of Gwyn's daughters in marriage, which that's not cool. And I'm pretty sure if I were Gwyn's daughter, I think I might have just offed myself instead of being offered to a dragon that could do whatever he wanted with me. That's just my opinion. What a dick Gwyn is, by the way. Seath was also awarded a piece of Gwyn's soul, which Gwyn just seems to willy-nilly hand out to everybody. And he was also awarded with the Royal Archives, which became Seath's home. Just all the knowledge of the gods in one place so that Seath could research. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to make a correction. It was one of the daughters of Gwyn's mother that he awarded to Seath. So it was actually his sister, I guess, but that really doesn't change my outlook on it. Seath, however, had no interest in politics or anything like that, and to that I say he's my spirit animal. But he just really consumed himself with his research. Was determined to figure out why he couldn't be immortal like his brethren. His research then turns to the power of souls and how he can use them. He is credited with being the founder of sorcery. And then he becomes very obsessed with crystals. He starts creating crystal creatures and crystal weapons and crystal people and all this stuff. And that just became the object of his research. All of his research culminated in the creation of the Moonlight Greatsword, which he used to catalyze the power of moonlight. And then he finally found a cure for his mortality. He achieved immortality through the primordial crystal. So Seath did accomplish what he sought out to do. So I guess after all that time and effort, he should be commended for that. But then, as is the case with people who are immortal, I say that like it's a real thing. Obviously, I'm talking about in stories and such where immortality is a thing. But as with all these people, what happens? Seath gets lonely and then starts losing his sanity, because that's what happens when you are immortal. Eventually, he begins to hate everything. His experiments become twisted. Eventually, Seath creates Priscilla, who is a crossbreed of human and dragon, I guess. Priscilla was feared by the other gods because it was outside the natural order of things, and they didn't understand her, which is the origin of most fear in the world. And eventually, Gwyn links the first flame, the gods leave Anor Londo, Seath stays in the Royal Archives, and is just there doing whatever it is that Seath does. You meet him, he beats you, then you go back and you beat him again, or whatever. So, Seath is an interesting character, definitely, in the world of Dark Souls, and judging by his lore page here on Fandom, he did a lot of stuff. I mean, what I told you didn't even cover like the half of it. So, Seath has had a very big part to play in the world of Dark Souls, and he is certainly a worthy addition to SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. The Prowling Magus and Congregation from Dark Souls 2 are a bit of a roadblock in that game. In fact, the section on the fandom wiki where they would have lore, it's not actually called lore, it's just called plot. The Magus was an evil warlock hailing from Aldia's Keep, and he infected his body with dark magic, which he did by partaking in forbidden rituals. So that always seems like a good idea. When Brightstone Cove, Thesdora, I'm not even going to try. When their population was ravaged by the infestation of spiders, the remaining population eventually became hollow, which, as we all know, in Dark Souls world is basically the undead that we would know, like zombies. And then those hollows eventually became, I guess, mind controlled by the mages. So the Prowling Magus is controlling their every move. That is the congregation. Those hollows are the Prowling Mage's congregation, shall we say. Basically, if you've been playing video games for any length of time, you know that the Prowling Mage is the one that you want to kill. The congregation around him just basically serves as a nuisance. The Magus himself has a variety of dark attacks, dark magic spells that he can use just to basically pick you off at will. The priests around him are a major nuisance because they can heal basically their entire congregation and the Magus himself. And they also have lightning spears that they can hurl at you and cause significant damage. So obviously, as you can see, the difficulty in this fight does not necessarily come from the boss itself. It's the number of enemies and the fact that the priest can heal everybody, and it's just a annoying little roadblock in the series of annoying roadblocks that is Dark Souls 2. But as roadblocks go, I think, just my opinion, this one is relatively minor. So, it is still kind of an interesting little fight. And I think the Prowling Magus and Congregation, they have the ability to surprise you. And they can certainly make you want to bang your head off of a wall, that's for sure. Alright, I don't think there's any real need to beat around the bush here. This fight is basically a no contest. The Prowling Magus and Congregation, obviously, the numbers thing always makes things annoying and difficult. But Seath has a number of attacks that, are basically area of effect attacks, and can do a number of things that can damage the entire Congregation and Magus at the same time. So, this is just my opinion, and I'm getting ahead of myself again. I don't think that the Prowling Magus and Congregation can really do anything significant to do anything other than annoy Seath the Scaleless. And I think Seath the Scaleless doesn't take very much time to deal with this fight and then move on with his life. So that is just basically my opinion on that. But that is just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, yet another episode of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death draws to a close. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask run. We have finally invaded Stormvale Castle. This past Monday's episode was the Win or Bust episode against Margit, the Fell Omen. For those that don't know, Win or Bust means basically I don't end the episode until I beat the boss. So I figured out a long time ago that people don't like to watch you fight the same boss over and over again for multiple episodes. So basically I fight the boss over and over again in the same episode, and sometimes toss in music videos or whatever I need to do to make it easier for the viewer until I beat them. So yeah, that is basically what happens in that episode. So check that out if you are interested. And Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching right now. SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, where we pick 2 random SoulsBorne bosses and we pit them against each other, and then I give my verdict and then you give yours in the comments. So that is just basically, that's everything that's going on right now on the channel. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about that. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that crap. I love and appreciate the love and support, especially lately. Been very, very tired. Work has been very stressful and difficult, but we're going to push through. We're going to get through it. I don't mean this job, I mean my other job. Sometimes this job can get stressful too, but that's just basically a time thing and trying to find time for myself, which is for me very important. But that's my problem, and I will get through it. And You know, times are tough, but times are also good. So I hope everyone is having a good life. I hope life is being good and fair to you, so you know, everyone can be happy. Your family can be good. I'm just rambling on right now because I'm really, really tired. But I love and appreciate you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. Stay out safe alive, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the silver medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.